That was Morg.
That was cool. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the bar.
Welcome to the bar.
That was sweet.
Yep. He'll make an appearance one day.
Yeah, for sure. We'll bring more in. Well,
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
It's feeling a little black and white today.
It's a little black and white.
Things are feeling a little black and white around here.
Cool. I like black and
We're
white.
stuck in black and white.
I like black and white.
I like black and white. It adds a certain element to, life.
Vibe.
Yeah, I mean, in spite of us being able to see in color, black and white is an interesting thing.
Well, it heightens contrast, which I dig.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How come they've never made glasses that only make you see black and white, or have they, and I've just missed that?
I don't know. Do you think people would dig that, though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah?
Maybe it's out there.
You got
Maybe...
this crazy-ass eyebrow.
Oh, okay. Is it like nuts?
I'm turning into
Dude,
a
ow, that must have
zombie.
hurt.
I'm a zombie.
That's a big root.
Ah.
This thing's massive. It's like an inch and a half long. Like, why do you have eyebrows this long?
I don't know, because my eyebrows are long.
Men and their crazy eyebrows. Sorry.
It's okay, I have long eyebrows. Whatever, man.
It was like hanging down in front of your eye, and it was like trying to look at you, and it was like, sorry.
It's okay, I'm born with crazy eyebrows that... There's one of them, like, they sporadically just grow.
I know.
Everyone will seem to be okay, and then you'll just find one that sporadically goes wherever the
Sticks
hell.
out in a very strange direction.
Yeah, it's like, where did that one come from, basically, right?
Yep.
Kind of how my eyebrows work. I don't know, it's a little weird. But I don't know if they have those glasses that you can see in black and white. I never really looked to see if that's a thing or not.
I know they make glasses that you could see colors.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a lot of different,
for
color glasses
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, make you kind of see different colors and change things around. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's glasses that you can put on that make you just see black and white. I don't know. I never looked into it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you wear them?
For some things.
If you could walk around and everything around you would just be black and white?
I think for some things.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a mood. It's a vibe. And sometimes you're just feeling it. Like sometimes
sometimes you're feeling just black and white.
Like even my makeup, I haven't done just straight up black and I guess gray.
Yeah.
In a really long time. And I'm like...
So that's the vibe today, because you're not going to be able to see any colors because everything is black and white.
Yeah, so I figured might as well just, embrace it. I'm wearing black and white.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice. That one's for John.
John?
Yeah, for John, the awesome
friend?
dude that tags all your burps.
Oh, that's his name!
John, yeah,
I
it's
forgot
John.
his name. Cheers, John!
Cheers. That one's for John. That one's for John, too.
That was John's honor.
John's been with us since the start.
John is our big supporter.
Yes, thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
We love you, man. It's great.
I'm sorry I forgot your name, but I'm really shitty with names.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you check too often, so... But yep, John's got your burps covered.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
He's a longtime supporter of, burping and the burping club, in which you are a legend of.
Oh my god, the burping club.
Yep.
Should make that a thing.
Yep. The burping club. Yeah, you could probably start that.
The burpers club. Would it be burpers or burping?
It would probably be the burpers club.
The burpers club?
Yeah, a group of people that just burp a lot.
Oh my god.
And you guys would just get together and throw burps around.
Barney would be our mascot.
Barney could be your mascot, yeah. For sure.
But he'd have to be a spooky Barney.
But you can draw instead, so you could invent your own mascot.
That's
you
true.
You just make up your own mascot.
That is true.
Like, you're creative, you can draw all kinds of things, so you could literally just make up a mascot for the Burpers Club.
I think I'm going to be very busy in the art world very quickly.
You're drawing dinosaurs?
Ooh, 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 yeah.
You should draw a couple in black and white. Or paint a couple, I should say.
That might be cool. I thought about doing like, and I've always had this kind of idea in my head, so maybe I'll use this as an opportunity. But like, as if you were looking through night vision goggles. Mm-hmm. So like, black and white, but have those like pops of that bright green, like where you see like the reflection of, say, the animal's eyes or whatever.
Yeah. So it's just black and white with like a little pop of color.
Yeah, like you see in night vision.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
I've had this thought in my head, but it's going to depend on what my parameters are for.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
For the project.
The parameters of the project to see where it goes and what direction it goes in.
Yep.
Yeah, man, that's sweet. But that would be cool, and I mean, I think if you wanted to paint a few in black and white, like...
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you know, documented dinosaurs of the past have been black and white and, you know, whatever.
Well, Microraptor was black.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was iridescent black, like crows.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I also just meant kind of like a lot of the... You know, the first documented stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
all that was black and white because it was a long
That's
time
what I'm
ago.
saying, yeah. So a lot of that was black and white.
Oh, speaking of which, when I was looking up all those insects today,
Yeah.
with our Copen Marsh thing, they also discovered, I guess, a lot of bugs. Because there was the rhino beetle.
Okay.
And it said, like, when the beetle was discovered, and it said Cope.
Oh, they discovered the rhino beetle.
1834. Yeah.
And he discovered the rhino beetle.
I guess so. I'm
Well,
trying
that's
to remember
interesting.
the scientific names, but I'm not there yet.
I didn't even know the rhino beetle was a thing until right now, so...
You've never seen a rhino beetle?
The rhino beetle. Rhino beetle.
It's got a lot of different nicknames. Rhino beetle, three-horned beetle, Atlas beetle.
Maybe I've seen them, but I didn't know that was their exact name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because there's a lot of different varieties of beetles.
Yeah, there's like 350,000 types of beetles. It's the most
That's what I'm saying.
abundant creature on the planet.
Yeah, so with 350,000 types of beetles, it's kind of impossible to know every single one, you know? It's
Yeah,
like...
I think is that right? Or, nope, I think it's more than that. Ooh, I think I'm remembering the wrong number. I think it's more in the millions. I have this weird, and you'll notice that when I'm trying to remember something, I tend to like look up in the air. I have this, it's not quite a photographic memory, but it's similar. Like I don't know if it's the artist in me, but like I can see words. That sounds really fucked up. But if I'm
Do you see them in black and white?
Yes. Like, if I'm trying to remember something, like a fact, I can see the words in my head.
Oh, interesting.
That's why I have to read things.
Oh, okay.
I'm a visual learner.
Yeah.
Because when I try to recall it, I can see it.
It's neat. Yeah, that's
really
interesting. That's super interesting, though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's a cool fact.
Yeah.
I'm pretty visual, too, myself. I find, like, visuals and visual learning, you know, it's probably the best way for me. Anyway, I find.
It's funny because you're so musical. I would have thought that you would have been an auditory learner.
Yeah, auditory. I'm also a pretty spatial person, so
That's true.
if I listen to things for too long, I can just like
Zone out.
Yeah, and especially like if I'm doing something else while I'm listening to something that I might not be 100% in it.
Okay.
I find what works for me is if I'm on the treadmill and I'm listening to things, that's a good place for me to remember stuff. Because like if you're just going for a nice walk or something and then I'm listening to something, I can kind of retain it better for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm moving or whatever, you know.
Okay.
I find like... Yeah, and I mean, it's the same thing with listening to music while you're on the treadmill. I just find I'm just more into it for some reason. You know, maybe it's because I'm moving or it's probably that aspect.
You're doing more than one thing at once, so...
Yeah, which is weird because you would
brain.
think that, like, if you were listening to something in an audio format, and you were on a treadmill, maybe you would want to focus more on the moving on that. But while I'm listening to something while doing that, I feel like it works for me, and I can just retain more what I'm listening to while I'm on a treadmill.
I wonder if that's an ADHD thing. I wonder if other... Like, I know you are not officially diagnosed with that, but I think that's because when we were kids...
I don't know.
Like, we didn't get diagnosed with stuff. Like, that just wasn't... It's got more prevalent, right?
I feel like so many people
but I
are
truly think that
on, like,
you have that
spectrums
somewhere.
of some type of spectrum. And I mean, you can probably invent different spectrums. So I feel like there's different spectrums that different people fall on with all kinds of things, like for whatever you want to talk about or whatever it is,
Because
there's so many different things.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's like, we live in a time where, people, like you say, I think, like, diagnosing things can get a little too far, too, though. Mm-hmm. You can kind of go both ways with diagnosing stuff.
It's more just, like...
Sometimes it's like, maybe that's a guess, but then there's other times that it's definite.
Yeah.
Like, with a diagnosis of something, you know what I mean? It's like, you could be guessing that somebody has something, and if it's not, like, 100% backed by science or something that they found, like, 100% for sure, then it's almost like a guess.
With my studying
it's like, you're just kind of guessing, like, maybe,
Like, I've done a lot of studying about psychological disorders.
Yeah.
Because I've always been intrigued by...
Yeah, different types of people in psychology.
The mind.
I love psychology, too, yeah.
And I would say that you fall in that bracket.
I'm probably on some sort of spectrum around, like, a side spectrum on a point, like, out here somewhere, within, like, another spectrum of, like, these 2 points that line up. I'm like a steering wheel of spectrum. I'm just like...
I have to try really hard when I'm on the treadmill to... Like, if I'm listening to an audiobook or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen as much with podcasts. Like, I find I'm more engaged with podcasts because there's a change, I guess.
Yeah,
but if I'm listening to an audiobook on the treadmill, I find I zone out.
Okay.
Like, I just...
That's strange, yeah.
And then I'll just clue back in at one point, and I'm like, oh shit, I totally have no idea what I just listened to for a
That's
whole
funny.
chapter.
And see, like, when I'm listening to things on the treadmill, I find, like, I'm so much more into it, and I'm just listening to it. I'm like, this is, I'm getting it so much more now, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know, it's
Maybe
weird.
I'm not good at doing more than one thing at once.
Maybe.
Because, like, talking about diagnoses,
Mm-hmm.
I fall on the, like, low end of autism. Like,
yeah, fair.
I'm like a functioning autistic
fair.
adult.
That's fair.
Like a low end autistic adult. Like, I've actually done, like, tests.
Fair,
with doctors. So that might be why, like, I can only fixate on one thing at a time.
That's fair. See, like, for me, I find I need a certain amount of activity in a day or else I don't feel balanced. Like, sometimes it doesn't have to be a lot, but, like, I need certain amount of activity in a day, whether it's a little workout or a treadmill or going for a bike ride or something. If I don't have that in a day, then, like, I just feel like I have too much energy, you know what I mean? And then, like, if I'm listening to something while doing an activity, I find it just works for me, you know? I don't know.
And do you find if you stay very sedentary, like, all day, do you feel really depressed that day? Like, by the time you get to... No?
No.
Like, I find...
As long as I'm, like... as long as I'm doing something, like, it doesn't even have to really be much.
Okay,
I can, as long as I'm, like, it could even be, I don't know, cleaning some dishes or something. Like, as long as I'm doing something.
Yeah, but you're not sitting on your ass cleaning dishes.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying, though, is that, like, as long as I'm doing a little something, like, I don't have to go around and do 100 things. Like...
No, but, like, let's just say you spent your entire day on your butt, like, watching TV or something.
All day?
Like, yeah, or like, well, we all have those days. It happens.
Not all day.
You've never sat on your butt all day and watched TV. Ever. Never, ever, ever.
Well, maybe once or twice in my life, yeah. All day is a long time.
I can remember days where you've sat on the butt and watched.
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
TV.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
So
like
more than once or twice in your life.
Yeah, well, not all day. You're not watching a TV thing all day, unless you have a concussion.
When we were at your parents' place, you spent all day watching sports.
No, I would break it up with some video games. I wouldn't watch it all day. You gotta have video games in there too. There's a balance.
I see. Okay.
There's a balance. You gotta have TV, video games, movies, video games, TV. You gotta rotate the schedule.
I see. Alright, I'm learning.
Video games breaks up the spectrum of a day.
Because you're not just monotonous.
No, you're involved in a video game. So
Gotcha.
And especially if it's a black and white video game.
I have never played a black and Wait, nope, that's a lie. Game Boy games are black and white.
Game Boy games are black and white. All the Game Boy games are black and white. Donkey Kong was black and white.
Do they make modern day black and white video games?
No. I think we've advanced to color only.
Because even there's this one game, I believe it's for the Switch.
But every Game Boy game was black and white.
Yeah. There's one game for the Switch, I think, that it was an indie game, but it became very popular. I don't remember the name of it. Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah?
I think.
And
I don't know if that one was in black and white or if it was just like dark blues. Like that smoky kind of color, but not quite black and white.
Okay.
I'll have to look into that. I think it was called Dark Knight, but I don't know if I'm...
And that was for Switch?
I think so. Yeah.
Fair. But yeah, no, most games that come out now have color because we have that. But, before, I think most systems were color. I don't know if Atari was black and white. Was it color?
I think Atari had maybe a couple of colors.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Because Space Invaders was Atari.
Yeah.
But the original Space Invaders was black and white, though, was it not?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. The original. It was just pixels.
Yeah, but you can make pixels in color. That's why
you
use, just red and yellow and blue.
Well, in theory, everything is just... Digital is just pixels.
Yeah.
They've gotten smaller.
That's why...
They've gotten way smaller, but it's all just pixels.
You've blown my mind with this.
It's all just pixels.
I would love to see... If there's any video game developers out there watching this right now, I would love to see a black and white video game.
Like a new school 3D rendered black and white video game.
What it would look like with our modern technology.
Well, here's the thing is you can take any game and put the black and white filter on your TV and play it in black and white. You don't actually have to develop the game in black and white.
See, it's not the same.
Or you can even hook it up to an OG old school black and white TV and play a new video game on an old TV, and it would show up as black and white. The game would be rendered as far as new quality goes, but you'd be playing it on a black and white TV, so you get the new quality game playability on a black and white TV. But you'd just be patching it through.
I don't think it would be as awesome as awesome as it would be if you did it intentionally. Because I feel like if you intentionally made your game in black and white, you would up contrasts in certain things.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what you're trying to get at.
Right?
Yeah. You'd have the lighting a bit different and contrast a bit because you're just focusing on black and white.
Yeah. Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
That'd be a pretty spectrum, lined up game.
I like that idea. I'd play it.
I'd play that too, for sure.
I have not played a video game since beating Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Mind you, I was invested.
Nice. That's sweet.
There was that one day where I played that game for like 6 hours.
That's what I'm saying. You got to break up the TV with the video games and then go back to TV again. If anybody says you're watching too much TV, just put half an hour of video games in there and then go back and watch more TV. But as long as you have video games in there, you're breaking it up so they don't know what they're talking about.
But I do think
they don't know what they're talking about.
And this is my stance.
You're not watching too much TV. You're fine. You're in a good pocket.
I am not a hater of video games. I've never been one of those people that think that video games rot your brain. In fact, I think the opposite. I think video games are good for your brain.
I'm definitely on team video game.
But I do think you should limit your screen time.
Screen time, yeah, okay, yeah. It's important to not have too much screen time in your day. Yeah, you got to break that up. Mm-hmm. But if you love watching TV and playing video games and that's all on the screen, then, power to you.
Play a board game.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think, especially, in the world that we're in, when you can't even go to a place of food and there's screens everywhere or whatever.
There's some places now that don't even have paper menus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of the menus now are on screens. Nice! For John. For John. That's awesome. I love it. The Burpers Anonymous Club.
So, speaking of menus, I saw this the other day that... So in Canada, our restaurants and stuff are required to have the calories of the food available for people if they want them.
Yeah, welcome to Canada.
And a lot of them have them printed on the menus. So in the UK, where it tends to be a little bit more progressive there, they're trying to make it a law that restaurants have to print the calories in their menus.
Oh, yeah?
So it's like right in your face.
Okay.
But then there's this backlash of people being like, oh no, that's a trigger for people that have eating disorders. Which I thought was a really interesting take on that.
Yeah.
Because it could be.
Maybe, but I think, that goes back to some sort of spectrumness of you're just being triggered by too many things.
But what if you were anorexic or bulimic and you were trying to get over that?
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, personally, I don't know if... I don't really give too many deep opinions about things that I haven't lived through myself.
That's
because
fair.
I feel like you don't fully understand something unless you're living through it or it's something that you've experienced yourself. You're never going to fully understand it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, you might be able to understand what they're talking about or what it's about, but if you haven't lived through that or lived through something, you never fully understand a situation, Whether, whatever it is with somebody dealing with certain weight things or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bulimia, whatever. It's a thing that I guess if you don't live through that, then it's hard to have a huge opinion on it or a say because you're not the one that's dealing with that. So you're more on the outside, just trying to understand. But to give a perspective on it, I find like I couldn't even fully really do it because I don't really understand enough. I guess fair. I'm not the one living through it, so. My perspective would just be from the outside, and I would just not fully understand anyway. So it's like,
cool.
So I could see it both ways, but unless you're the person that's living through that, you don't really, you know what works for you and what doesn't. But as a general thing, I mean, if you're putting calories on a menu, I mean, I feel like it's a good thing. It's more open. Like, why not? A lot of places started doing that a while ago. Just keep it black and white. You know what I mean? Just keep it black and white. Black and white, this is what it is. They started doing it in the 40s, then they took it away, and then they put it back, and then they took it away, and then they put it back.
Starting what in the 40s?
Putting calories on things.
The 40s?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know, did they care enough? Did they care enough
I don't think so.
to figure out calories in the 40s? Was that something they even care about?
No.
If you talk to someone from the 40s and be like, do you guys even care about calories? Did you give a shit? Like, did it matter? Did it even matter?
No, because I think of the 50s
That's
and
what I'm
the
saying.
malt shops and all that.
That's
jazz.
what I'm saying. If you went back to the 40s and you talked to all those people, they wouldn't even care about calories. They probably wouldn't even know what the hell you're
They
talking
were probably
about.
excited because wasn't the Depression in the 30s? Like the Great
Yeah,
Depression?
maybe. Yeah, I don't know the exact
Right?
date. But they're like, we got food again. We can eat.
Yeah,
You know?
they're like, yes, give me them french fries.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if you talk to, it's all really depends on a lot of things. But if you go back to that time period and you talk to all those people, they'd be like, calories, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? They wouldn't even care, you know?
It's a matter of explaining what a calorie is.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
Education is power.
as time goes by, you know, a lot of these things come in and go out, and you know, you get movements of things. Like all the calorie people have the movement of we need to know the calories of everything, and then all the people that don't give a shit are like it doesn't matter, and then like you know what I mean. So you just get these movements and these fluxes of things, and then some places of food are like, yeah, we'll put the calories on everything. Then other places of food are like, bro, it's a rack of ribs that we cooked on a beautiful fire and it's smoked, you know? You don't need to know the calories of it. Just eat it, you know?
Just
And it tastes delicious, and whether that's 1,000 calories or 3,000 calories, it's a nice smoked brisket on a fire, so, you know,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. But yeah, like, I understand calories.
There's not too many people that would have that reaction. A nice smoked brisket on a fire. What does Amanda say? Ew.
Bro, we smoked this brisket on a fire. It's delicious.
Ew.
Ew.
I don't like brisket.
Ew, I don't like fire-cooked
It's
brisket.
a butt.
I don't like
I don't
fire-cooked
eat-
brisket.
But I'm just gonna leave that there.
Funny.
There was no going back from that
God,
sentence.
I love it. That's what do you think's better in black and white than in color?
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Yeah, what's better in black and white? Since we're doing like a black and white thing,
Oh,
what's
man.
what do you think is better in black and white than in color? Like, what doesn't need color?
Holy crap. That's
Just black and white.
that's a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
I would say tattoos, but that's a lie.
Tattoos, yeah.
I like color tattoos. And in fact, I think there's not enough color tattoo artists out there.
Fair.
Tombstones?
Fair. Okay. She goes with tombstones.
That was the second thing that came to mind.
Tombstones. That's fair. Yeah, why not? Tombstones. That's great.
Tombstones.
I like tombstones.
They don't need color.
Tombstones don't need color. Yeah, no, they're black and white. Yeah.
Liquor bottles?
Liquor bottles can be black and white. Yeah.
Like a like a nice matte black,
Like labels. You talking about labels?
like the whole bottle.
The whole bottle, black and white.
Like, you know how they
labels?
have those Walking Dead wine bottles that we've never had because they're ridiculously overpriced?
Yeah.
Like that, where it's just a nice matte black bottle
Fair. Okay.
with like a nice, maybe like black and gold label or white and black label.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes
Sexy.
sense. For sure.
Suits.
Suits, just black and white
Black
suits.
and white suits.
Black and white suits are pretty slick. They're
I
pretty
am
sharp.
a sucker for like a white blazer and like white pants with a black shirt and black tie.
I think dress clothing in black and white, you can never go wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
No.
You can't black and white dress clothing.
Yeah.
You
I
can't go
agree.
on black, white, black accessories, white
classy.
little pop thing, black, white,
Yeah.
white.
It's classy.
You can't go wrong.
Nope.
And then I think chess tables.
Ooh.
Chess tables should only ever be black and white.
Should only ever be?
Well, the classic chess table to me is black and
That's
white.
fair.
You got your black and your white. It's not red and orange or brown and dark brown, or it's just black and white. Chess table, you're battling on the chessboard. You're playing some chess.
Zebras.
It's black versus white zebras.
No, I like colored zebras.
You don't want to go paint. You don't want to spray paint a zebra pink.
I'd be down to see a pink zebra.
Pink zebra.
I take that back.
Pink zebras could be cool. I mean, they should breed pink zebras. Have they
Oh,
figured
we'll
out?
get there.
Have they figured out how to breed pink zebras yet?
We'll get there.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll come around with some pink zebras. Yeah. If they figured out how to breed pink zebras, you'd probably get one.
I'd want one.
You'd be like, have you seen the pink zebras? We gotta get one.
Yep.
And I'd be like, there's pink zebras?
It'd be my pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Would you take your pink zebra on the road with you?
Yep.
Everywhere you went, you'd have your pink zebra?
Yep. He'd be my,
Fair.
what do you call those things? Not a support dog.
Support zebra?
Yeah. What do you call that? What's that actually called?
Emotional support zebra?
Yeah. Like, hi.
What's that you got there? Oh, this is my emotional support zebra. It's pink, you
It
know.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
I suffer from depression.
My emotional support zebra
And
is really
anxiety.
good, and yeah,
Brings me joy.
It brings me joy when
I have to take it everywhere I go.
when my pink zebra follows me everywhere. It really helps me, and I need to take it everywhere. I can't go anywhere without my pink zebra. My emotional support zebra is very necessary.
Zebra.
Without it, I'm nothing. Without it, I only have TV and video games,
I am
and
nothing.
I have nothing else.
I am nothing. Hear me roar.
Hear me roar. Oh my god, who's gonna make a song called Pink Zebra? What artist out there is gonna make a song called Pink Zebra? I don't know. Someone's gonna do it.
I don't know. I don't even know modern day artists anymore. Someone will tell me.
There's probably a
Some
modern
old-
artist called Pink Zebra that we don't even know about.
If not, there should be.
Yeah, like your name is Pink Zebra, and you do auto-tune monologues to banjo music. Yeah, I'm Pink Zebra, and I do auto-tune monologues to banjo music. So there's just a banjo playing, and you're doing an auto-tune monologue while the banjo plays, and your artist name is Pink Zebra.
That sounds like
and
the
you're
most
blown up.
obnoxious thing.
You're blown up. It's #1 in the world.
I love banjos.
You just climbed the top of the charts. Congratulations, Pink Zebra. You're on top of the charts.
Like, don't get me wrong. I love banjos.
Yeah.
But
And I love zebras.
auto-tune with a banjo?
Yeah, an artist called Pink Zebra who does auto-tune monologues over a banjo.
But you know what's funny?
It's going to the top of the charts. #1 is up there.
Probably.
You can already see it in lights.
Probably.
You can see it in the black and white lights.
I am guilty of always thinking that auto-tune is that sound.
Which it is. That's pretty accurate.
But it's not though, because I listened to yourdumb.com from this guy, which is hilarious.
Thanks.
And
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
I do. And there was like the low voice and like the mouse voice. It wasn't all that type of noise. So you opened up my ears.
Yeah, no, you can do a lot with auto-tune. People don't really understand how much you can do with it. And I'm just scratching the surface. So
I'm interested to see where you go on this.
I'm interested to see what happens too, but yeah, that's a whole other thing. But you know what's cool? When you look at how they created records and the monogram. Did I say that right?
Monogram?
Wait, no. The one that came before the record player. Yeah.
Phonogram?
Phonogram.
Not
I was thinking of like
phonogram.
monorail.
It's a font, yeah. It's a...
Phonogram.
It's not phonogram, is it? No, it's a phon...
Phonograph.
Yeah,
Phonograph.
phonograph. That's it.
Phonograph.
Yeah, that's it.
Phonograph.
That's it.
Phonograph. When they had the tubes
Yeah,
and the little needle was
And the
recording on the
little
tubes.
that thing?
Yeah, that invention. Burps. That invention.
Yeah.
They literally had they used to record on freaking metal, like tin tubes. And the needle would engrave into the tin tubes.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's how it originally, they figured out how to record stuff. And they would talk into the speaker, and then it would record on the tubes. I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You
I
could
can't-
basically take a beer can and carve on it, and then you could create a phonograph out
And
of
so
a
does that
beer
just,
can.
Does that just
I don't know if
happen,
you could, but in theory, maybe.
Does that just happen with vibration?
Yeah, the vibrations carve the lines, and then when it plays back, it's the same thing as general. It's just the vibrations from your voice moves the needle that carves the
Holy
etches it in,
shit.
and then it's all just done while it's spinning, and then you spin it back at the same speed, and that's how you get the sound back.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's how they originally figured it out. And then they invented like plastics, right? And then they pressed like different out of oils and stuff, and then they made the records, and then they etched it, and then they turned etched records with needles and all these inventions over time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Vibrations are crazy things.
Vibrations are crazy.
Because when I was reading about all this,
the whole kind of life that we're living is this kind of wacky.
It's all vibrations.
It's wacky vibrations that are happening in the world, and just noise, a lot of noise, but it's all just vibrations.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling the good vibrations, bop bop, then you're doing okay.
It's like when I was reading about all those bugs today, and I was reading about katydids. There's some katydids that, because most of them are nocturnal.
Yeah.
And there's some that are predated on by bats. So bats eat them.
Mm-hmm.
So they, instead of making mating calls like the diurnal katydids do, they make vibrations on the plants. So it travels through like the root and stem of the plant into the other plants to attract the females. And she just like feels it. She feels him.
And then she's feeling the vibrations, and that's
because
how
if they were to make the noise, then I guess the bats would hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Even though bats use echolocation, but
yeah. That's interesting.
But maybe the bat would have a hard time picking them up with echolocation because they're like the same as the plant, right? So maybe the bat would have a hard time distinguishing the katydid from the plant.
Yeah, you're probably right, because it would be like blending into the plant, right?
Yeah.
It would just get a bounce back of the plant.
It would just look like part of the plant.
Yeah, maybe. That's a interesting feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool. But yeah, I mean, it really is just vibrations, and the importance of what vibrations do in a day-to-day life is pretty underrated.
That's a whole other video.
That's what I'm saying. You can talk about vibrations for a while.
You could.
Because they're not black and they're not white. You can't see them. Some of the most important things on your daily life you can't even see.
This is true.
You can just...
Like the bugs on your face.
You can just feel.
In case you didn't know.
There's bugs on my face?
Yeah, remember when we were watching that show?
Ew! Get them off!
You got mites on your face.
Everybody, yeah.
Tasty.
We all have so much stuff on our skin and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Spider mites eating your eyelashes.
Gross. Well, you come out of the shower, you think you're clean 5 minutes later. Nope.
Well, see, this is the problem, is now we're cleaning ourselves too much.
You're back with the bacteria.
Yeah, but see, there's good and bad bacteria.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
We need the good bacteria, but we're cleaning it all off.
Yeah.
Terrible.
In a way, we have these great immune systems that, work for the most part, but if you clean up too much bacteria, your body doesn't get used to the natural habitat that you live in every day. So it's like, we're just jungle monkeys in a bacteria-filled world, and if your body isn't used to, being a jungle monkey in a bacteria-filled world, then you're not going to do too well day to day, because you're just going to get sick all the time, or you're going to be looking for some hand wipe or something like that. It's like you're going to be counting calories and complaining that the restaurant doesn't have them on the menu. It's not going to work out too well.
Life is hard. Just kidding.
Counting calories is hard.
It is hard.
I actually did try it.
I did it for years.
Yeah, I wouldn't go into counting calories without having tried it, but I did do it for a while, and I know for a fact that it's hard to do.
It is hard. Because when you don't do it, you don't realize how much empty calories you consume. Like with little things like sauce, or like I find condiments are like the biggest empty calorie thing, because you eat it not thinking about how much you're eating until you have to count those calories. And you're like, all right, I'm counting my calories, so I have to measure out my sauce. So I'm measuring out a tablespoon of sauce, and then you start to realize, like, holy fuck, I eat like 6 tablespoons of sauce with my food.
Yeah, and if you have an emotional support zebra that you have to take with you
It'll
everywhere,
eat half your sauce.
It'll eat half your sauce. It'll be hard to keep track. Did you eat it? Did your emotional support zebra eat it?
Are you counting your emotional support zebra's calories?
Yeah. If you're counting your own calories, you better count the calories for your emotional support zebra. And if you don't do that, then you're wasting it.
Or is it the responsibility of the emotional support zebra
to count your calories?
No, to eat your extra calories so you don't eat them.
Or maybe you could train your emotional support zebra to know when you've had enough calories, so then it can jump in and eat the rest of your food, so you don't go over your calories.
Oh, see?
Yeah. So then eventually, maybe you could leave your emotional support zebra behind and live a great life. And still think of it as a pastime because it was good and it did help you out. But in the long run, it was probably dragging you down a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, counting calories is hard.
Don't do it. Actually, no.
Well, do it for a while.
Just try it.
I wouldn't say
try
don't.
It for a day.
I wouldn't say don't count calories.
Yeah. I'd say give it
a
try for a day.
It's cool to have the understanding that you're probably eating too much most of the time. Mm-hmm. Or you're underestimating a lot. When I started doing that, I realized how much I underestimated. Like, I was way lower than I thought my calories were. And then I actually counted for a bit. I did it for a while. And I'm like, okay, shit. But then it made me realize that, like, those numbers, the calories are higher. So I don't count anymore. But I did it for a bit so I have the sense of what it's like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then I went back to 1940, black and white, and I just decided to eat the food and, live life because, it's a better time.
We have enough to think about.
That's what I'm saying. It really is a better time to just live your life. Like, I've tried, different things as far as that goes, and eventually you just realize, like, try to eat healthy, but, you got a life to live, man, so spend more time just living life,
Yep.
Yeah, just live your life. Just live your life.
I think we should end it on that note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Living life.
Playing chess.
Experiencing your world in black and white for a change.
You don't have to let go of your emotional support zebra. If you love it and it loves you, then hold on to it for the rest of your life. Because an emotional support zebra makes the world a better place.
That's beautiful.
Doesn't it?
It does.
I like this.
I need my zebra. Bye.
That's funny. How long was that one?
43 minutes.
3 minutes. That was good. I liked it.
Cool. I know I ended very suddenly there, but I wonder if it's gonna pick up more or not.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it totally did here. I'm gonna go turn off the audio. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.